Still plenty of truth left in the can, so open wide, ya pissers. First up, if any of you need a top up of your Ottoman boner, well, just to let you know, they offered little old me a nice dowry to team up with them. I'd never met the guys, but hey, I guess if you don't get out much, an arranged marriage is a great way to meet new people, so I was down for it. So as you might expect, the next order of business was turning the handle on the machine that took disgusting Frenchies and ground them into a fine tobacco to smoke at my now famous Fuck the French Cabaret and Dingo Derby nights. Nothing like winning a couple of stacks on the races, then buying up a stage full of Sheilas with a fetish for burning French flags. I had half a mind to rewrite the bloody Kama Sutra to show people how to really have a good time. We took Marseille without a fight, the locals having had their guns stolen by the local squirrels, had to release the swamp dingoes to go hunt the buggers down. I promptly started moving the Corsica crushers over to bolster the line. After all, we had just taken a little piece of the dark land itself, and I was sure the big guy was going to come down from Mount Loon, open the whack gate, and come at us with an army of dorks. Now let's switch back to the whole Croatia-Vienna dilemma, where you may remember I'd lost a whole army and had just one more defending our new pet against the hordes of Hungary. It was probably fair to say that the French could whomp us back into Italy if they really tried, but luckily our heroic last stand had left them 3 fingers short of a concert pianist, so they weren't being their usual selves, where they were more pushy and in your face than requests to update to Windows 10. I had to raise some more goons from the bogs of Italy and gathered up some of the less ugly looking blokes from the reserve army to start heading hence to handily help our homies hide from hospitalising harm, hoping to hike hastily to headquarters, happening to hit the hotspot before hostile Hungarian tossbots hammered hard and heavy on our hotshots. After that, I logged on to okcupid.com to see if I had any matches, but it turned out that basically all of Europe was pissed off at me for some reason, except my Ottoman BFFs of course. I didn't really get why. Sure, Spain was Napoleon's old gimp, Austria was jelly I was about to take their home region, and Russia probably meant well, but they were very stressed about the fact that the Napchan body pillows I'd sent them kept freezing solid up there. But the Brits, what did I do to them? I'm speaking their wonky ass language, ain't I? Come on you tea-chugging dentist gold mines, what's your beef with me? While I was thinking about the non-Sardinian parts of the world, I realised that I should probably start giving a kiss to the Swiss so that they would become the latest nation to slap an Operation FTF bumper sticker on their ride. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, these war-hating mountain folk were pissed at me and were totally in with the wine wankers. Probably because the guy with an eye for Kurds wearing Ryans was buying up that cheese by the gigaton. With all that done, I just had to wait to see what kind of bullshit would happen next. As expected, the French were after a cheeky Croatian vacation and came in with another army of evil cyborg gunslingers driven by the captured souls of a rare interdimensional being that to the human eye looked like a massive penis. Anyway, the battle wasn't anything new, just guys standing in lines shooting each other, so rather than focus on that, would you mind checking out my mixtape? Come on bro, just one listen. Look, I got a player right here. Just give me one track to blow your mind. I'm bringing real hip hop back, I swear. Come on, here it is. Yo, 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 this one goes out to all the Bruces and all the Sheilas out there. Coming at you live. I got a little bit of rhyme for you. I'm gonna drop some super hot fire. Boom. Right on your face, straight from the fucking outback deserts of Oz. So fucking hot, it hurts. Can I drop some super hot fire? No, go away. Well, why not? You don't have that swag, mate. Just get out of here. Oh. Alright. I come to you today with a story I must tell. I got a little pissed and into a swamp I fell. I travelled back in time for reasons that can't be explained. Now I'm king of half the world and that shit's off the chain. But little did I know I would meet this total dick. A guy so lame he saw my name and went in for the nick. He swaggered round the world killing dudes and fucking brie. He called himself Napoleon, that shit don't get past me. I gathered out some dropouts with an IQ less than 50. I geared them up with guns and marched them out real fucking shifty. Gave the French a hammering, I'll tell you why, because you never fuck with blokes who roll straight out of Oz. The guy was such a poser that he tried to come fight back. A load of dudes got shot, but frankly no one gave a crap. The point was that your homeboy here was laying down the fire. The lying, cheating cheese fucker got pounded something dire. I knew I was gonna win, cause the Frenchie's got no spine. I grabbed my cell and pretty quick got Nappy on the line. He told me he was hurt and was stuck warming the bench. I laughed for 20 minutes and then added, fuck the French. The loser started crying and I hung it up with pride. I guess I'd have to kill his crew if he was gonna hide. Sardinia ain't the brightest, don't often learn to speak, but they would be enough, cause the frogs were fucking weak. They tried to make a comeback using robots from the future. I told them straight up, mates, pull that shit and I'll just shoot ya. French just started giving up, must say was in the bag, and that wouldn't be the last time they'd whip out the white flag. Now they're in Croatia trying to finish their vendetta. Must be hard to get away from fucking all the feta. The fight was pretty tough, but my guys were getting hench. To summarise what happened, I'll just say, fuck the French. To tell you any more would be a massive spoil, so I'll end the story here, cause you smart, you loyal. Gotta pad it out, so let's listen to the solo. I'm gonna go snort some buffalo horn, cause hashtag YOLO.
Woo! I'm getting started now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby. This is my moment.
Big boy at the back on guitar.
Playing it just for you.
Finally get some use out of this fucker.
Oh, baby.
Ooh. What the hell was that?
What?
Did you just do that? It wasn't me, little bastard. Stop doing it. Wasn't me. No, it's not you. Where the hell is that noise coming from?
I can't see anything. I don't know what it is.
Ooh, mama. Oh my god, there's some kind of freaky noise coming from somewhere. Is that in the air conditioning? Who's your daddy? I think the air conditioning's asking me who my daddy is.
What?
Is this part of the song? It's definitely not part of the song. It's like it's coming from all directions at once.
God, I'm getting scared here.
Come on, baby. I think we've actually got a serious problem here, guys. We might have to stop the song.
I can't stop now.
Say it to me right.
Oh, I'll say it to you right.
Don't encourage him. Don't talk to it.
No, don't do it.
Oh, don't stop till you hit the spot.
Oh.
Don't do anything that guy says. He's a fucking creep.
Stand down,
Oh
alright?
my god, look at the time. I've got to get to the bus stop. See you guys. What? Well,
Bye.
I think he's gone. Just in time, because the rhymes are coming back. Before we wrap it up, there is one thing you should know. Got some wisdom to pass on to help you once you go. The key to ruling the world is owning all the sugar. Just pirate all that shit like you're straight out of Tortuga. But being rich ain't everything, you always need some mates. So shout out to the Ottomans, you mutes are fucking great. Maybe one of these days we'll get our thirst for blood to quench, but until that distant time, keep in mind, fuck the French. Peace out, mother trucker. Alright, I'm allowed to swear. Oh no, I don't want to. Fuck off. Ugh, I lost my train of thought. Basically, we won the battle, and everything was gumdrops and pain bows. Of course, the French had yet another army because somewhere the Queen Frenchie was spitting out little shits to join their hive mind, where it turns out the mind is just a confused wallaby trapped in the body of a short-ass emperor. Knowing that Croatia was going to get a second coat of red paint pretty soon, I moved over more seat meat to make our army look bigger, like a peacock with a tail made of rifles, grenades and 4th grade spelling bee participation badges. Shuffling our attention a little east, the assault in Belgrade I'd been working up to was finally on the cards. First, there were these 120 cav hanging out in the area. I used the troops from both armies to bring them down, sending in 10,000 men just to be extra sure that nothing could get fucked up. Fuck! We somehow lost 10 times the amount the enemy did, and I'm 99% sure that half my men just drowned doing the condom challenge. I mean, I had pretty low expectations for my men, but they still managed to give me the shock of a midnight colonoscopy every single day. To try and get my spirits back up, I decided to stick more Sardinian flags all over France, with Toulouse being the next city on my shit list. The two armies that manged Marseille strolled up to do the business. Unfortunately, just to continue the endless stream of disappointment that was my military, they got tired and took a nap 10 feet from the city line. Had to fucking run over there with a square bit of wood to scare the horses into bolting at Frenchtown. And sure enough, the white flags became so numerous that the rumours these sheeple had nothing to lose were clearly untrue. Nothing to lose. So, moving on. The enemy near Croatia got spooked by Operation Peacock Block, but snuck over near Belgrade, so they might have been thinking of crashing the party. I didn't feel like messing around chasing them or anything, so I just went up to have another go at taking on the men of Vienna. There were loads of them, so I needed to siege it out. Not much rush though, still had plenty of Italian peasants to force to fight to the death using only a box full of Jehovah's Witness pamphlets for my amusement, so Vienna could wait. Meanwhile, we could annex that Bordeaux, which went smoothly as it was a White Flag Wednesday once again. It's nice when conquering the core of the world's biggest military power is as easy as you thought it would be. Shame things in the east were a little more hard graft, but I've thrown together another army back in good old golden Sardinia, once again rounding up the finest discarded waste from the morgue and stitching together a force worthy of being thrown in with the armies who I'd long since stopped caring about. Landed them near Belgrade to make a surprise arrival later if the French army tried any funny business. Funny in the sense that it was underhanded, not funny like a couple of guys trying to kill each other by chucking paper planes made out of leaflets that preached about how killing was wrong. Next, the French tried to break my stranglehold in the Alps, but in a surprise twist, my men actually beat them back without just ripping their own legs off and throwing them like spears, so that was nice to hear. On the flip side though, the French pushed me back from Vienna by doubling their death robot count overnight. No idea where they kept getting those things. I really needed to get my hands on one to see if they could take me back to the future. So with the whole Vienna thing, the Frogs were clearly taking the place seriously. A heck of a lot more seriously than they were taking bloody France itself, as my men had already taken half of it by inviting the garrisons to join them for a round of French roulette. That's a game where everyone sits round a table and a revolver is passed round. The revolver is fully loaded and all the French people present have to put it in their mouth and pull the trigger. They were good sports, I'll give them that. My plan was to just ignore it for a bit and capture everything else. Swarmed up through Innsbruck without a problem, but the next place over, Bavaria, was more full of Frenchies than a shop giving out bundles of baguettes, lube and GoPros. So that was annoying, but by now, you might have worked out what I do when I get annoyed. I conquer more of France. Turn the page and bang, another bit of shit town had become my turf. At Belgrade, the French decided that starving to death was a pretty risky strategy, so instead they popped an exclamation mark over their heads and rushed over to give my men a battle. We had double their men, but mates, I think you'll forgive me for not being optimistic. I'll tell you about that shit fight of a battle next time, so try and keep your stiffy going until then. I'm speaking their wonky ass language. I'm speaking their wonky ass language, ain't I? Come on, you teeter. I'm speaking their wonky ass language, ain't I? Australia. I'm speaking their wonky ass language, ain't I? Ain't I? Ain't I? Ain't I? I'm speaking their wonky ass language, ain't I? Ain't I? I'm speaking their wonky ass language, ain't I? I'm speaking their wonky ass language, ain't I? Ain't I? This is difficult. I'm speaking their wonky ass language, ain't I? Come on, you tea chugging dentist gold mines, what's your beef with me? What's your beef with me? Back in Australia. Come on, you tea chugging dentist gold mines, what's your beef with me? With me? What is your beef with me? Okay, I can't do this. We're gonna have to record this tomorrow.